One who has all the necessities of life but no money, and one who has money and not the necessities of life are both rich people. Welcome to another episode, and here we're going to section 2 of chapter 16 of the Holy Quran, and it begins with sign 10. Pardon me. Let's go. هو هو الذي أنزل من السماء وما هو الذي أنزل من السماء ماء. It is he who sends down rain from the sky من السماء ماء. لكم منه شراب. From it ye drink. لكم منه ماء. From it you drink. From it ye drink. شرابا ومنه شجر فيه تسيمون. And out of it, into brackets, grows the vegetation. Vegetation. Shajarun. Sorry, I didn't call it well. Shajarun. On the vegetation on which ye feed your cattle. Sharabun. Fihi tus. Fihi tus. Sorry, to see. Fi me to see muna. To see muna. On which ye feed your cattle. To see muna. There's no commentary to read. We're now going to sign 11. That was sign 10. We're now going to sign 11. ينبت لكم به زرعا ينبت لكم فيه زرعا or الزرع. With it produces for you corn الزرع وَأَزَيْتُونَ and olives الزيتونة والنخيل and date palms النخيل والأعناب وأعناب أعناب and grapes. ومن كل ومن كل ثمرات ومن كل ثمرات ends there. And every kind of fruit. من كل ثمرات, every kind of fruit. Okay. إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يتفكرون. So God is telling us, people who reflect, people who understand. And every kind of fruit. Sorry, we've started that. Verily, in this is a sign for those who give thought. As a reflection. The commentator says thought, so that's all. I think it's right. Verily, in this is a sign for those who give thought. The qawmil yatafakkarun. Qawmun yatafakkarun. Yes, لقوم يتفكرون. Those who give thought. And there's commentary to read 2020. No, 2030. Commentary to read is 2030. Commentary 2030 to sign 10 of chapter 16 of the Holy Quran. Mm. The least thought and study of nature will show you God's wise, benign providence in making the processes of nature subserve man's use and refined life. Mm. So man has refined life apart from all creatures. Refined life. Very good. A higher degree of intelligence and study is required to understand God's signs to man in the processes connected with the heavenly bodies, into brackets verse 12. I say sign 12. Mm. So before the after the word required, there is we have also in brackets as well as inverted commas, men who are wise. Let me take it again. A higher degree of intelligence and study is required, into brackets and inverted commas, men who are wise. Men who are wise. To understand God's signs to man in the processes connected with the heavenly bodies, in the into brackets sign 12. We're yet to go there, if I'm not mistaken. Mm. Um, and a still higher a still higher spiritual understanding, into brackets and inverted commas, men who celebrate his praises, inverted commas closed but brackets not, men who celebrate his praises with gratitude, with gratitude, uh, brackets closed now, and a still higher spiritual understanding, into brackets, men who celebrate his praise. Oh, pardon me, I'm going back to the line I've read already. Okay. Who's his with gratitude for brackets close, to realize the marvelous gradations, comma, colors, comma, and nuances in the creatures on this little globe of ours. Sign 13 in brackets, full stop. Reason this out carefully. The commentator is telling us to reason this out carefully. Nothing comes by chance. You think and think and think, and you can't find where everything comes from except from Allah, God. Mm. So he says, reason this out carefully. Okay, we go to, and that was signed 2030. Sorry, that was commentary 2013 or note 2030, other commentary or note 2030, to sign 11. Now we go to sign 12. Mm. وَسَحَرَ لَكُمْ اللَّيْلَ وَسَحَرَ لَكُمْ اللَّيْلَ. He has made subject to you the night, اللَّيْلَ, وَالنَّهَارَ, and day, وَالشَّمْسَ, the sun, وَالْقَمَرَ, the moon. وَسَحَرَ لَكُمْ وَسَحَرَ لَكُمْ اللَّيْلَ وَالنَّهَارَ وَالشَّمْسَ وَالْقَمَرَ, the moon. Okay. Uh, He has made subject to you the night, the day, the sun, and the moon. Mm. وَالنَّجُومُ مُسَخَّرَاتُ, and the stars are in subjection. And the stars are in subjection. Mm. Musakharatu. We say Sahara lakum. So Musakharatu in subjection. Eh? But bi amarihi, by his command. Bi amarihi, by his command. Bi amarihi. Uh, إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يعقلون. إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم says, uh, verily, in this are signs for men who are wise. So maybe the same words, the same idea put in different ways. In the previous section, in the previous ayah, in the previous sign, it is for those who give thought. Okay, they're different. And for those who give thought. But in this sign, it says, for men who are wise. Of course, wise men give thought. But maybe you can give thought without being wise. Maybe. You can be thoughtful, but no wisdom. Mm. Like thieves do. They are very thoughtful. They plan well before they go, but it lacks wisdom. If they have wisdom, they will steal. They can think well, but no wisdom. So the previous sign 11 say for men who give thought, and this sign 12 is for men who are wise. Uh, there is no to read 2031 2031. The night and day are caused by astronomical relations. No man can bring them about, can bring about them. By astronomical rotations, full stop. What is important for man to note is how God has given intelligence to man to make use of this uh, alteration for work and rest. Night for rest, day for work, except in special on special circumstances, mm, or except in special circumstances for work and rest. How man can, as soon as he rises from primitive stage, get over their inequalities by artificial illuminants, such as vegetable or mineral oils, coal, gas, or electricity, which ultimately are derived from the stored up energy of the sun. Semicolon. How the sun's heat can be tempered, how the sun's heat can be tempered by various artificial means and can be stored up for use by man as required, comma, how man can be independent of the tides caused by the moon and the sun. So we're here reminded that the tides are caused by the moon and the sun, which formerly controlled navigation, which formerly control navigation, comma, but which no longer stand in man's way with his artificial harbors and great sea-going ships. Sea-going is hyphenated with sea-going ships, comma. How navigation how navigation was formerly subject to direct observation of the polar star and other stars. Yes, we on the sea in previous days they were controlled by stars. You look up, in fact, the stars even give time. At certain times, the stars you can see them in different positions. Mm. Okay, polar stars and other stars. But how the magnetic needle and charts have now completely altered the position, comma, and man can calculate to a certain extent control magnetic vegetation variations, and let me take that again. A man can calculate and to a certain extent control magnetic magnetic variation, comma, etc. Full stop. In such ways, the sun, the moon, the stars themselves become useful servants to him, to him who man. So in other words, in such case, there are seven as the sun, the moon, the stars are sevenness. But little do we know. It says, for men who are wise, for men who give thought. There are 7 S. That's what this commentary is telling us. Okay. In such ways, oh no, I've run it again. Okay, I can repeat it, no problem. In such ways, the sun, the moon, and the stars themselves become useful servants to man, all by God's gift and his command, without which there would have been no laws governing them and no intelligence to make use of them. Full stop. That was sign 2031 or 2031. That was commentary 2031 to sign 12. We now go to sign 13. We now go to sign 13. وما زار لكم وما زار لكم في الأرض مختلفا وما زار لكم وما زار لكم في الأرض مختلفا ألوا- ألوانه مختلفا ألوانه. Let me take it again. وما زرع لكم الأرض مختلفا ألوانه. And the tides on this earth, pardon me, and the things, not tides, pardon me, and the things on this earth which ye, sorry, and the things on this earth which he, capital H, which he has multiplied in various colors, alwan, mm, and qualities, in brackets, colors and qualities. He here referring to God, in various colors and into brackets, uh, and qualities. Uh, وَمَا زَرَ لَكُمْ فِي الْأَرْضِ مُخْتَلِفًا أَلْوَانُهُ colors. But the commentator added, and qualities, colors and qualities. He added qualities to it. Okay. إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يتذكرون. إن في ذلك لآيات في لقوم 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 يذكرون لقوم يذكرون. And here is the يذكرون, here is mindful. Let's see. Mhm. Verily, in this is a sign for men who are mindful. So, men who give thought, men who are wise, men who give thought, men who are wise, and men who are mindful. 3 different words for the same man to apply, to use. So, man must be thoughtful, man must be wise, and man must be mindful. The mindful here probably is given, it's a warning, press, mindful. And thought here is what? Oh, I'm reading a different thing. And thought here is yatafakaroon. Thoughts, yatafakaroon. Yatafakaroon is thought. That's the definition of the commentator. Yatafakaroon here is thought. And then the second one, yakiloon. And that is uh, yakilun, and that's wise. The men who are wise. Uh, uh, yakilun. And the last one is what? Uh, Yezakarun. Yezakarun. Mindful. Mm. Yatafakarun. Yatafakarun. And yatafakkarun, yatafakkarun, thought, and then yakilun, yakilun, wise, and then yazakarun, uh, mindful. Uh, Viewers, we shall stop here and continue when we come back with sign 14 of section 2 of chapter 16 of the Holy Quran. I think, let me see if I haven't read. Yes, there is commentary to 2032. I didn't read it, but pardon me. So, commentary 2032, commentary 2032. Mm. Whose has whose heart eh, has not been moved by the glorious gradation of colors in the sun, in the sunset clouds. It's a question the commentator is putting there. Who is it who, whose heart is not has not been moved by the various gradation of colors in the sunset clouds? Mm. The gradations are infinite, and it is only the eye of an artist that can express their collective beauty. Full stop. They are but a type of the infinite variety and gradation of qualities in the spiritual sphere, even in the little space of our own globe. Full stop. The big things that can be the big things that can be measured and defined have been spoken of before. Here we have mentioned, here we have mentioned Here we have mention of the subtle nuances in the spiritual world which can only be perceived by men who are so high in spiritual insight that their only reaction is to celebrate the praises of God because you are conquered. You can't, your faculty of thinking cannot solve your problems. So you only have to celebrate God. Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. Mm. To celebrate the presence of God in gratitude for the infinite mercies. Mercy, MERCIES. That's the plural of mercy. Mm. Nuances for some of us is spelled NUANCES. Mm. So God is not God gives us mercy, His mercy. So many of them throughout life. Mm. So He has done us mercies. It's by His mercies that it is by His mercy that we can see. He has given us sight. It's by His mercy that has given us a sense of smell. By His mercy that we can reason. Just reason alone. The worms, other creatures do not reason like we do. So His mercies. Thank you very much. May God bless you all. Ilalikai. Bye bye. Au revoir. When we come, we shall go to sign 14.